Hello, my lovelies. So, as you can see, my nose is almost healed and I feel so much better. Thank you for all the well wishes on Instagram. Y'all are awesome. So, I wanted to get on. My hair is wet. I just got out of the shower a little while ago and it is spiking. Anyway, ignore my hair. It's always doing its own thing, so we're not surprised anymore, right? So anyway, I wanted to get on tonight and let you know that upcoming, you're going to see a lot more posts from me in this next upcoming week. I wish I was doing something a little more interesting right now instead of just sitting here and talking, but I will be honest, I am just about wore out because I have been packing all day. And no, we're not moving. We are going on a vacay, big family vacay, and I am so excited. I mean, like, hashtag excited. And we were going to go to the beach, hashtag beach life, and we were going to visit the state of Alabama. I actually have family there. I'm not going to go into all that, but let's just say I've been to the state, and it's nice. I mean, we weren't going for the state. We were going to go to Gulf Shores, but as many of you know, Gulf Shores has been hit by a devastating hurricane. My heart goes out to you if you're in the Gulf Shores area. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve this. I mean, what was Mother Nature thinking, right? I mean, such a beautiful place, and you know, my prayers are with you. So, you know, my thoughts and everything. I just, you know, I hope everybody's safe, and I just, you know, this is horrible. I'm so sorry for you. But that did change our plans. So last year we went to the state of Tennessee. And as you can tell, I don't live in any of these states, but I went to Tennessee for the first time ever last year. And wait, that's not true. I've been to Tennessee. I've never been to Gatlinburg. I'm sorry, that was a lie. I've been to Tennessee. I keep forgetting. It's been so long. It feels like a lifetime ago. It really does. But I have been to Tennessee. It was brief, but I've been. So I've been to Tennessee, but it was a different part. I had never been to Gatlinburg. So when my husband mentioned Gatlinburg, me and the children were just like, what? Gatlinburg? What's in Gatlinburg? And he's like, oh, what's in Gatlinburg? What's in Gatlinburg? Everything's in Gatlinburg. Oh my gosh, what's not in Gatlinburg? It was amazing. So if you've never been, they have the whole Ripley's franchise there. The Ripley's aquarium is superb. The auditorium, auditorium, get it? Because everything's like odd in there. Super fascinating. Like, oh my gosh, you will never forget it. The Maze of Mirrors and the 4D movie theater. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And for the second movie, there are two movies. You pay one price, you get to see two movies. And they're short films. They're not really like long or drawn out. They're about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes a piece. But the second one, it snowed in the theater. We got snow. They had a snowmaker. And it was like a winter wonderland sort of fun ride with snowmen and all kinds of stuff. It was so much fun. And it started snowing. Like, we went from this video where there were race cars and fire and heat and smoke and stuff to, as soon as the movie started, the temperature dropped and it started snowing, and my children were just like, it's snow, it's snow. And it was just so fascinating. And then you went on this wild winter wonderland ride, and you had your glasses on, and it was like you were in there and you were doing it, and the seat moved and you were there. It wasn't just an experience, it was life. And it was so much fun. And we got to see a bear, not up close, and I'm not talking about like in a zoo, I mean out in the wild. It was, we were going up on ski lift sort of thing, and a bear had wandered out into the walking path, which they cleared it. Nobody got hurt. Nobody hurt the bear. Thank goodness. I did not want to see a bear get hurt. They just safely got it back to its home. It was a little bear, so it wasn't very big. I don't think it was grown because I was like, where there's a baby, there's mama. But thankfully, the workers were very trained and very friendly and very kind, and they got the bear back safely to its home. And it was an experience, something that we'll never forget. Every time we mention it, somebody will say, remember that bear? And we're just like, yeah, yeah. The food was, oh my gosh, superb, amazing. And we're going to try out new restaurants this time because we don't want to get the same flavors, except for Starbucks. I'm going back to Starbucks. I don't get enough Starbucks in my life. Trust me when I say this. I need more Starbucks, definitely. And this is the real deal. So I'm going back to Starbucks. I'm like, have to go. Last year, we didn't know much about the area, so we kind of blindly picked a hotel, and we made the best choice. Well, one of the best choices. We picked this little place. If you've ever been or if you plan on going, it's called Zoders. Spelled exactly how it sounds. It's quaint, so if you're looking for something like mainstream or anything, this is not the place for you. But if you're looking for something quaint and kind of homey and mountainy feeling, this is the place for you. And the thing that I loved is that there was a raging river going right through. It was cut right through the hotel buildings. So your hotel room had a back door, which you walked out onto a, what would you call it? My mind suddenly went like a balcony. That's the word I'm looking for. You walked out to a balcony, and then right below you was this gorgeous raging river. And you could hear it all night. And I don't mean like annoyingly. I know they call it the roaring river, but it was like, it was just gorgeous. Words cannot describe how beautiful this was. It was so mountain-like. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. It was so the mountains. And you heard this river running all night. I didn't even have to run any apps on my phone. Nature took care of everything for me. It was just an experience that words cannot explain. It was truly just monumental. And every night they served milk and cookies for the children and wine and cheese for you grown-ups. So it was so nice. And it was all free. Well, I mean, included in your price for the room. So you didn't pay extra. You just went down there with the fam, and you gotta realize this was pre-COVID. So there were no masks or anything. There was no idea about COVID. We went in August of 2019. So there was not even any talk of COVID. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, now things have changed. I know they still do things like that there, but you have to wear a mask and you have to social distance. And I think you have to take your food back to your room, which we did anyway because we had a toddler and we didn't want to drink and then try to walk back to the room with him because at the time he was still very little and he had like issues with his muscles, so he couldn't walk far distances. So we had to keep that in mind, and so we would get our stuff, go back to the room, and enjoy our beverages out on the balcony. And, you know, he would usually be sleeping by the time that night, you know. So we were, you know, in our room and safe, and so nobody was out walking around tipsy or anything. So it was really relaxing and really nice and a good way to end each night, you know, with the milk and cookies and the wine and cheese. It was really super nice. And they had an indoor pool as well as an outdoor pool. And the thing I liked about the outdoor pool is that it was open 24/7. Yeah, all night. You could go swimming at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to, anytime. And the indoor pool did close down, but like it was open during the day, and they had a kiddie pool and a jacuzzi. And then at the far back of the indoor pool was a rock wall. And coming out of the top of that rock wall was a man made waterfall into the pool. And I mean, you just, words cannot describe how wonderful this was. We swam under the waterfall. It felt so natural, even though it wasn't. We knew it was man made, but it felt natural. The way it was hitting the water, it felt like you were out in nature swimming under a waterfall. It was beautiful. And then the rock wall just made it feel even more nature-like. So we're not staying at that hotel this year. I don't want to give away yet where we're staying. I want it to be a surprise, but it's going to be a hotel of a totally different world. This hotel is more mainstream and more livelier, I guess. Don't want to give away too many details because I want it to be a surprise. But it's going to be so totally different. I let the kids pick out the hotel this year, and they picked out this hotel, and I was like, really? And I can see why it would appeal to them. So we're going to try it out, and I hope we have a terrific time, just fabulous time. I know at one point we were talking about visiting the state of Florida. Now, I have been to Florida in the past a couple times. I actually have family on my mother's side in Florida, but we were going to go to Panama City, and we decided that's tempting fate just a little bit too much. We have children. I just don't want to put ourselves in a position where we could all get sick, even though we social distance and we wear masks. That's just way too crowded. So we were like, you know what, maybe another year when COVID's not so bad, we'll go to Panama City or to the state of Alabama and visit Gulf Shores, some beach somewhere, and we'll probably have a good time. Excuse me. So, but this year it's back to the mountains with us, and we are really excited. You don't get tired of the mountains. It's not somewhere you're like, oh, back to the mountains. No. This is a magical place full of relaxation and wine and great food and music. And oh, it's got the sights. Honey, has it got the sights. You do not get bored in the mountains. That's just not something you do. You get rejuvenated. You get relaxed. You get amazed. But you do not get bored. So, yeah, I'm so excited. But that's what I've been doing for the past couple days because I have quite a group to pack for. My husband packs for himself, but I still help him out with things. But I have the toddler, my middle child, my older child, and then, of course, myself. So that's quite a group to pack for. So I've been washing and organizing, and not to mention, everybody's still in school, which they're not going to be next week, but they had to work ahead. Everybody but the toddler had to work ahead on their work and get stuff done. Assignments and stuff like that wasn't really too hard. You know, they just kind of paced themselves, and they finished up the last of their assignments today. So I was really proud. They needed minimal help, and they just powered through it because they knew it was going to be worth it in the end. And that's just how my older two are. They're just, once they get their mind on something, they just power through. And I couldn't even express how proud of them I am because we don't have to worry about a thing next week. So that is awesome. So I'm highly excited, and they're highly excited. You can feel it in the house. Everybody's excited, kind of bubbly energy going on. I know tonight I made breakfast for dinner, which is a family favorite, and everybody was just in a good mood. And that's the kind of mood I like to see because I tell you what, it has been a stressful year. I know in February we had strep going around, and then getting our youngest tested, and then we had some other sicknesses going around. My middle child got sick some, and then starting school and the worries about that and the whole COVID thing, that was horrible. Being in lockdown, and now having to wear masks everywhere you go, which I do, and I want to protect us. You know, I'm all about family and health, and everybody knows this. And then strep went around the house again and got everybody but my oldest. He never did get sick, thank goodness. And we just, getting my youngest into therapy and, you know, having to deal with that, we just have had a stressful year, and we've stuck together and we've helped each other through it. And I am just so proud of us that while I'm cautious about what's going on in the world, and I'm not, you know, I'm not unaware of what's going on, at the same time, I'm like, we're cautious. We're going to wear our PPE and take our hand sanitizer and social distance, and we're going to wear our masks everywhere, and we're going to do what we have to do to not get sick. But at the same time, we deserve a break. I mean, you have to ask yourself, when's the last time I took a break and just took some mental time for myself? And I hope that doesn't make me sound selfish or careless, because I'm anything but selfish and careless. Anybody who knows me truly knows that I am not reckless. So if I go somewhere and I do something that might put us in a position where we could be in danger, I am going to be as safe as I can and going to safety the heck out of it, to where there's no possible way that we can, you know, be harmed in any way, because I'm not about getting harmed or anything and letting my children get sick. So none of that's going to be going on. So the only thing I worry about is with my youngest. He does get upper respiratory infections, but he does that whether we're at home or away or anywhere. So that's just the changing of the weather, and that has nothing to do with whether or not we travel or anything like that, because he got strep and we were at home. So it's just something to do with his immune system, which we're working on, trying to build and nurture. And, you know, there's only so much you can do to, you know, they're going to get sick anyway. He has pica. He puts things in his mouth when I'm not watching. I wish I could keep eyes on him 24/7, but I can't all the time. And he picks things up and he mouths them. And of course I get onto him for it and tell him not to do that, but he just turns around and does it again. And I'm sure some of these things have germs, even though I spray everything and try to keep it clean and wiped and sanitized. And I just can't tell you the extreme measures I go through to try to keep him from getting any germs in his mouth. But it's just something I can't stop, and it's inevitable. But anyway, I'm chasing rabbits again. It doesn't even matter. So we're excited. Back to the topic. We are super excited and can't wait. And I want you to keep an eye out for many posts that are coming your way. I'm going to try to post at least once every day. And plus, I'm going to be putting up pictures and, you know, stuff like that. And even if I don't do a whole video, I'm going to try at least to put up short clips and stuff like that. And I'm really super excited about it. And I hope you're excited for us, because I love you all, and I hope you're staying safe. And if you haven't taken time for yourself lately, do so. You deserve a break. You're all good people. Take you some break and just rejuvenate mentally, even if it's just from home or, you know, the beach. But don't go to Gulf Shores or anywhere around there, because they won't let you in. But maybe you have a local beach that you could go to, or a park or something. Just take some time for yourself and rejuvenate yourself mentally and refresh yourself spiritually. And I will be back with you tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure yet, to let you know how things are going. And then look for some posts from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, as we go on family vacay. Love you all. Bye.